Brews and Banner Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got juice or whatever. It's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
To everybody is, does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
The Mighty Souls of Mischief crew. I'm chilling with my man Festo, my man A Plus.
Classic.
We're hailing from East Oakland, California, and we gonna help you on how we just chill. Dial the 7 digits, call up Bridget, her man's a midget. Just to get French, I can dig it. Here's a 40 spigot, you know it's frigid. I got him chilling in the cooler. I got him.
No, people probably say every time you got people from Oakland on, you gotta play that song. One, that's probably because my favorite Oakland group. I know Too Short's there. I know Delta Funky Home Sapien, but Souls of Mischief takes me back to '93.
Yes.
When I was going into high school.
man, as a coming of age song for that young man.
Exactly. Yeah. What up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rockin' and the brew. We're happy to fuel. I'm your host, Rob G, and with me, as always, the Legendary Brew Crew. What's going on, fellas?
Oh man,
What's going on?
I'm in the building virtually.
Your own house.
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of low today, Yoda. You kind of low.
Oh, damn. How about now?
Yeah,
there you go.
There we go. I'm up in this bitch.
Turn my mic up.
Turn them levels up. Get close to that playboy.
I'm
That
hella-
mic playboy.
Yo, we ain't gonna do that.
I'm just saying. When you can't hear you, ain't that's what you
You
said?
doing that? You can hear me now.
That is true. That is what you say when you
Nah,
can't hear
it's not what you
somebody.
said.
Like Playboy.
That's not what you said. We do that.
That is exactly what you said. We haven't said it in almost years, but yes.
Right.
Yes.
This
yes,
is
yes.
episode 156 of Bruising Banter Podcast, and I'm glad anybody who's listening, thanks for joining us again. Anybody watching, it's good. I'm glad you are here. But this is 156, like I said, so we do have some great guests with us this afternoon, this evening, today, tomorrow, yesterday, whenever you're listening.
Yeah.
Yesterday? No, I guess if you listen to it, the day after. Yeah. I mean, the day before. Wait, what?
Time is not linear. Time is, I don't know.
I got a lot of stuff on time. So we don't have time.
Got a lot of time to tell you about time.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump into our guest.
That's one.
Okay.
That's one.
From Oakland, California. We got the crew behind Hella Coastal. We're going to we at least got two brothers from behind the group of Hella Coastal. So we're going to bring the Hella Coastal Brewing Company into the building. We want to welcome Chaz and Mario to the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Made it.
Welcome.
Chilling.
Buzz
I
on beat.
appreciate your patience, you guys.
Oh, no man, no worries.
Hey,
Yo, y'all been busy, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
We follow hard, so we know how it is. Know exactly how it is.
Got that beer life going and maintaining the family and trying to do
All of it.
do everything. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's what we're here to talk about. That beer life, right?
Yeah.
for sure. Yep.
Sip and learn.
Oh, yeah.
Sip and learn. Yes, sir.
Really? That's the laugh you go with?
That's two.
That's his
He tried it out.
That's his Jodicus instead of
I'm
Jadicus.
gonna fuck that laugh up today, boy.
The Yoda Oh my gosh. It's the Yoda.
Yo, Mario, don't be trying to do my shit, yo. Come on.
It's probably already trademarked.
He only did it twice, Mario. He can't trademark it yet. He just literally
He ain't
started.
bought no rights at all.
We just named it the Yoda. We just named it.
New shit.
Mhm.
You heard it here first, Mario.
Before we get into all that, we always like to know what everybody drinking on. So, what are we drinking today? And we always start with our guests. And I see Chaz is already drinking. So, Chaz, what are you drinking today?
Cracked it open. Yeah, this it's our West Coastal Pilsner that we collab with Almanac. Basically a IPL, you know, so double dry hopped with Mosaic and Motueka. You know, clean, crisp. It gives you all the hop aroma and bitterness you would like in an IPA, but something you could keep drinking all day, you know. So I think it's like 5.2%, 5.3. Yeah, so sipping on that.
Motueka sound like a ratchet girl.
Motueka or Motueka?
Yeah, she was born to be something that's not a doctor.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say? Any woman with the last name A in their name is something with them. Remember, that's like a that's a little that's something that's going on in the social media atmosphere that they say, you know, a woman's name who ends with an A is like, whoo, shit, piece of work. So that Motueka.
I put it work like a more
Rob.
Right, Rob.
Rob wife name in with an A.
He said it. This guy said it over there.
I said this in the social media atmosphere. I didn't make up the saying, but hey, the shoe fits.
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot the messenger, huh?
All right.
Don't shoot the messenger, right?
Mario, you drinking on something?
Oh yeah, yep. I got the same thing. Starting off light, you know.
Right.
Got that West Coastal.
Okay.
Considering, you know, it was a long night last night, so I'm trying to start light and then trying to taper into the heavier shit.
Okay.
Oh, so you'll be continuing. As soon as you get more, just tell us what you're drinking throughout.
Oh yeah, we'll do.
It's still kind of early for them.
Yeah, it's like 3:00, 3:15.
Oh shit! Well, I'm starting off wrong. Well, go ahead.
I see that town and city right there.
Wait a minute! I'm starting off wrong.
All right. Well, Deb, what are you drinking on?
Shit. As Mario just mentioned, that town and city. This is the hazy West Coast double IPA. This is the Hunter's Point. Hazy West Coast IPA, double IPA, coming in at 8%. This is a Hunter's Point Brewery collab, and I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more into it. But the brewery is packaged and brewed in San Fran, right over the bridge from Oaktown. So obviously, town in the city. I see the name play on that. As y'all know, town for Oakland, city for San Fran. But this is an 8%. So it's a pass me another though. I love me a IPA. Give me the you know the West Coast of it. Give me the haziness. It's delicious. It's delicious.
I would have to say though,
it's missing a little something.
Yeah, it's missing something on there.
Okay. We're gonna dissect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Deb, you said as you know, the city, town. I didn't know that until you just said it.
Yeah, I said, oh. I always see the town on the Golden State Warriors thing, but I had no idea. I'm from town too, so I didn't know.
Well,
I had no idea.
Y'all remember back in the day when what's the rapper Mac 10 and the Bull and them bow down when you come to my town, right? Bow down, like the town. They always talk about the town for.
I was young, boy. I thought
I had no idea that was.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the town.
It's the town, right?
You know, the town or the town. I
remember
from 3 Times Crazy. You know what I mean? The delinquents. You know,
my boys. They all my boys. They all my homies.
Yeah. So we had
I was educated. I've just been educated. Right. Thank you. I had no idea why that was on the jersey.
Sip and learn, right? Sip and learn, baby. Sip and learn some things. Yes, sir.
All right. What you drinking on?
I got the Federation Brewing collab. Can you see that, kid?
Yeah.
Bomba Nights, the Coquito inspired stout. You know, it got that coconut.
Coconut.
Yeah. And this is a 7.5, so I guess I'm kind of starting off pretty
Starting
bad
off
too.
high too. Not bad, but bad meaning good. You know, bad, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
I'm probably gonna be asleep. So
right.
Yeah.
No meetings after this.
You already cracked it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Actually,
some color.
I'm a little embarrassed, guys. All right, because I'm almost. This is it.
You almost done?
Yo, I've been sipping this shit. I didn't even realize that I drink that much, but yeah.
You got quite a bit left still. Huh?
Yeah, but it was like up to the top, and then like I drink
you drink heavy.
Pace yourself, young man.
Oh yeah, I'm pacing.
Take it easy.
On that shit, I didn't spit all over my computer.
All right. Oh, don't do that then. All right. Lou, what you drinking on?
I'm drinking what our guests have, the West Coastal Pilsner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys reviewed it before I drank it because I was trying to put my finger on what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Pilsner. I picked Pilsner because I like Pilsners.
Mm-hmm.
This got a lot of IPA vibes to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an IPA guy, so I get the feel and everything, but I gotta just have one. I love it.
Okay.
I love the fact that y'all did it, but I can't. I'm gonna finish this.
That's that pour right there.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna drink the whole beer. No, I'm gonna drink the whole beer. But it's. I was like, this doesn't taste like a Pilsner. Like, what's going on? And then when he was like, oh, it has the IPA vibes. We got the girl bouncing Motika. She bouncing all over there. Heavy dry hop. And I was like, yeah.
Working on it.
I was like, that's it. I like the dry hotness. I
should have drank that motherfucker then.
Yeah, I should have got that Coquito. I should have picked the other girl. But I picked Motika. But yeah,
don't take her home to the
I
family.
appreciate the offering, but my taste buds just wasn't prepared. So yeah, cheers.
I'll have this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Rob G.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
What you got over there?
What are you drinking on today, sir?
I have the Hyped Out IPA, which the collab with Drought Season, who was on last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, come on. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I think the event was last week, like last Friday.
Last Friday.
They were out west. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you can. There's better.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because they talked about it too when they were on the podcast, and I knew when it said something about Hyped, I knew Oakland had to be a part of it somehow because Hype.
Didn't say Hype B.
It's just, I think that's kind of where it's at.
We'll find out.
It's 6.5%. 6.5%. Yeah, and it has got the pineapple and stone fruit, mango and guava features to it. It is delicious. Obviously, I got it in my nice beer clean glass because you can see the rings.
Got that
There
lace.
it is.
Motherfucker was
That
cleaning
one
that
got that
glass for
lace.
6 hours.
It's all laced up.
Laced up.
Clean that glass 6 hours trying to get that thing.
Bougie ass.
Straight.
He couldn't wait to say it.
I want to experience the beer the way the brewer wants us to experience the beer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
And
not the only one that hates this dude.
Today.
When he talks about beer,
Yoda.
he talks about beer clean glasses. When he talks about beer clean glasses, oh man, I hate him.
Yeah.
Every other thing he cool with me, but them beer clean glasses, I can't.
I just want him to be this bougie when he go to the breweries and talk this shit, right?
Put a glass on the table.
Put a glass on the thing and be like,
yo,
take this shit back. I want that beer clean glass.
What I can say,
like how I go in there and and I be talking about 6% or higher.
What I can say is that one time we did go see Dev perform.
And I said that shit back.
Sit that shit back. He said, yo, this glass, bitch.
So we do have one time.
I didn't say it like that.
Oh, you can hear it.
No,
You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice.
Like, this nigga, is he serious?
Oh man.
Yeah.
So there is one
He was
time
angry.
on record. There is one time on record that he sent some beer back.
Okay. All right. You redeemed yourself with that story.
Pass me another. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, pass me another of mine. I ain't even say it, but yeah.
Okay.
Y'all can give me yours if y'all want them, to be honest.
Say it again.
Y'all can give me yours if y'all want them.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
I want my shit.
I'm
You
definitely
know,
going.
I like
enjoy
that.
these.
I mean, it's fine. I was just putting it out there. That's all.
Man, he trying to hoard the stouts.
Letting everybody know.
Yeah, I just threw it out
Right,
there.
what?
You know, I threw it. I just wanted to see if y'all was gonna catch it.
No.
I got another
That was
Coquito
blocked.
beer in the refrigerator, so now I got to compare.
Ooh.
Who has more Coquito flavor?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
do a
see.
little analysis, huh?
Yeah, maybe I'll do a reel on it. I doubt it.
Ooh.
I'm not even gonna lie. I just,
Go a little market research for him. You know, you could be the little case study for Hella Coastal.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do that. I'll drink it and say, "Oh, I should have did it."
That would have been good. That would have been a good reel.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody's drinking on something nice, so it is time to find out about who Hella Coastal is, what they are, how they got started, all that good stuff. And so, once again, want to welcome Hella Coastal to the podcast.
Welcome.
Hello.
The floor is y'all to tell us who you are, how you've been, introduce yourselves individually, and then we can kind of go on for how y'all involved in Hella Coastal and all that good stuff. I don't know who wants to start first.
Go ahead, Jess.
All right, yeah. I'm trying to look at Mario like, you going or I'm going? Yeah, what's up,
Like
everybody?
you know, you looking at him.
I know. Yeah, I'm like,
I'm right
I
here.
felt it. He felt it.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Name's Chaz. One half of Hella Coastal. You know, we started this this journey, you know, maybe like 3 years ago, really, but even before that, you know, in homebrewing. Y'all didn't zoom my face in too, so now I gotta look at myself.
Yeah. Do the little
ready for that.
Right.
Five Square's gonna stay there. No, sir.
I'm like,
You get your whole.
let me squeeze my screen down. But yeah, you know, I started homebrewing like maybe 12 years ago.
Okay.
Just with a little kit, you know, went over to Oak Barrel in Berkeley. It's a little homebrew supply. When I first met one of the only other brothers in beer back then, his name was Homer, and he's like an OG in the homebrew world. You know, taught a bunch of folks, you know, just about the beer making process and craft beer, and you know, they started up. You know, like Sierra Nevada came through there, field work. Who else? There was a bunch of big Magnolia, yeah. A lot of breweries came through there. So.
Was Homer? Where's Homer at? Was Homer just in a brewery, or was he at a beer shop, or he's just
this was just a beer shop? Like he's just a home brewer.
And, you just met him randomly when he was.
Well, no, he works. So he works there. Yeah. So
so
basically, you know, so he made it, you know, a little more approachable to ask questions. You know, because you go into these spaces where everybody in there is white or you know not of color. You know what I'm saying? So. It's a little awkward sometimes when you're stepping in those, you know, in those situations, you know. But by seeing him there, I'm like, oh shit, you know, like I can holler at this dude and ask him questions, and you know, so really started there, you know, wanting to, you know, try to recreate some of the beers that I liked, you know, and just learn that whole process, cooking on the stove, you know, and then actually. You know, this is a segue into Mario's part because like I had stopped home brewing for like 5 years after that. I did it for like 2 years, then stopped.
You're missing an integral piece, man.
What's that?
that cannabis homebrew that you try to do.
Tell you about the homebrew?
Yeah, that cannabis homebrew.
Oh yeah. So,
you trying to cannabis?
Yeah, you know.
I'd like to know more about this.
Yo, was you actually wait? Was this actually a cannabis homebrew, or was you just smoking and brewing and thought that you was doing some shit?
Yeah, I was doing that too. I was smoking, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'm very interested.
You know, got a nice. I mean, I didn't do it right. Like I read stuff now, and it was like everything I did was wrong essentially. But I did it. But yeah, it took an eighth, you know, added that in, kind of tried to like dry hop it with weed, add a little bit into the boil, and then also dry hopped it. I couldn't really get any like weed notes from it. You know, there was no cannabis or anything like that.
No hemp,
nothing. But also used a lot of like honey too. So it was like a mix of like kind of like a cross between like mead, you know, and like a golden ale that has some, you know, has some herb in it. I mean, it came out decent. You know, it was all right. I wouldn't be proud of it right now if I was doing it, but back
Would
then
you try
I
it
was
again
like,
though?
The
Knowing what you
starters.
know now, would you try it again?
yeah. I'm thinking of trying it again. I mean, because
Okay.
I've seen some stuff like, you know, you can get like if you really want that cannabis to come, you know, to get in there, you have
Shine
to
through.
use you got to use what is that called? Like a water soluble like extract
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay.
do that. Yeah.
Jazz,
And
were
then
you
if you want
looking?
those,
Were you trying to get the milligram content in there, or are you just trying to get the odor?
I was trying to get both.
Did
So
did you get the milligram?
Terpenes, man.
nah, because I think
get
what
okay.
happened like during the boil, it kind of just burnt. Basically, it was smoking itself. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Okay,
So
okay. So
You gotta
it
drink more
burned
weed?
it burned off the odor and the milligrams.
yeah.
Man.
But
Yeah,
you
you
know,
fucked that
so
up, but it's all right.
yeah, I bet, you know, that was a whole
What a waste of
like
eighth.
premium weed, man. It was good too, but you know,
Yeah, what a waste.
Wasted
Up in,
Come on,
up in-
It's the science. It's the
up,
science.
up in smoke. Up in
It was
smoke.
the science. It's the
yeah.
science.
It
Yeah.
did go to science, so
You
yeah,
know,
all right, I
just-
will
just-
take that.
you know, got to experiment. You know, that's what it's about. You know, because if I could have landed on something back then, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and could have had that new out there, but
Thank you, Mario. He's about to
Yeah.
just gloss
Yeah,
over
he
that.
was, yeah.
That was very important
Hey,
to the
that's what
Brews
I'm
and
saying.
Banter
That's an
podcast
important
and their
piece.
fans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like
sure.
that was like one of the things, because I remember when he started, I met Chaz through my brother-in-law, and it's one of his best friends. So I found out that, you know, not only is somebody that's close to family that's brewing beer, I was like, oh shit, okay, all right, I'm gonna try to brew something up and see if I can come up with something kind of clean.
Okay.
And it
Inspired.
was far from clean. Nope.
Uh-oh.
No. It was like Bed Bath and Beyond. That
Damn.
little extract. You know, I'm just happy to get a little lid off of it with a little headache. You know, it was definitely like a learning experience though. But it started back in 2010 for me, like 2 years after Chaz. And it was just kind of like one of those competitive things. Like, let me see if I can come up with something. You're like, oh, okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, just to touch upon what Chaz was getting to as far as the segue, you know, this to fast forward to 2016 is where like really you know, like the home brewing within my son's school was a thing to raise funds for the school. So there's a couple of dads that started this dads club, and they wanted to bring community together by getting, you know, all the dads say, hey, we got these spring brew offs, we have these fall brew offs. You know, if anybody wants to learn how to brew, you know, we'll barbecue, we brew, and we raise some funds for the not only for the kids but also for the teachers. But then whatever goes over it, it goes to this fund for OUSD. So, you know, I thought that was pretty special. And then after finding that out, considering, you know, like Chaz, he stepped away. I stepped away only, you know, because of family and personal careers. It just finding out these dads are doing it. I was like, hey, Chaz, man, these dads over here, they brewing beer. And we get to learn some game because, you know, some of them, they're like, almost professional level.
Yeah. Were you the only black dad or?
Yep.
You were.
Yep. So that's the other problem. It's like there was enough of us in the school, but there was not enough that was really interested because of that whole stigma that is literally white dominated. So why should I even try to put my foot in that? You know? So I think the main shakeup was to see how much diversity we can get into it. I mean, we had some you know, other people of color, but not anybody that was really representing us,
right?
Especially on a consistent basis. You know, I try to, you know, get us in. You know, like, hey man, you know, I'm friends with you know, a majority of the folks, and I say, you know, we have this dads club thing going on. You know, if you can jump in, but a lot of times it was just about, you know, what time they had.
Now this is a question that kind of, I guess, for both of you in terms of like, I know you talked about some of the story, like how you got into homebrewing. Like what actually got y'all into like craft beer anyway? Like, oh yeah, like, I like craft beer.
Yeah.
Shit. I guess for me, when I was 16, started drinking essentially. You know what I'm saying? So had some bad stuff, but then I went to visit some family who lives out in Amsterdam, and they took me to like this beer bar, and they got in that 16 you could drink beer out there.
And I ain't never heard nobody say I wanted to go visit family in Amsterdam. That's the first time I ever heard anybody say.
Well, they blowing your mind with this
history.
Right. Like that's not even like no big thing. I turned 16 for my 16th birthday.
Without the Amsterdam. No, it was a lot of very fortunate, man, because my cousin, he's from out here, born in the city, San Francisco. He actually married a Dutch woman out here. Then they moved out there, had kids. So their kids are my age. And then my uncle worked for United, so I got like standby tickets, $400 going to, going all the way out.
He still work for United?
Not anymore. I can't get the hookup. I wish. Man, they had me on first class too. First class up in there.
Beautiful.
Look, I tried, y'all.
You tried.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be. Yeah, that's how it is, having that hookup.
So that beer bar, and I had I think it was like a triple Belgian, so it was the Golden Drac. I think it was a triple or a double. But I sipped that, man, and I was blown away. I was like, I ain't never had beer like this. It actually warmed my stomach up because I never had a beer that strong before. I think it's only 9%, but I was like, this got some heat to it. So just
it's high for
man, only
9% is high for me, and I'm a grown man. You was 16 talking about some 5%.
Well,
I was used to drinking Mickey's, 40 ounces on the weekend.
Mickey's Ice. Yo.
So when you got back from after that trip, were you just like jaded a little bit? Were you able to find any beers that could compare? Like, how did it go from there?
I mean, the problem like back then though is like I couldn't buy it, So it was back to the old ways of
trying to cop some beer,
getting a homeless person to buy it, or
right.
There are a few.
That's it is. You had to have somebody. Yo, can you go cop this for me?
Like you
homeless person.
You know what I'm saying? They were honest.
They be hanging.
They were honest. They went the back door. They said, "I got this motherfucker."
Honest is an 80% rate. That's what honest is. 80% of the time they're gonna give me my liquor, but
exactly.
Sometimes they hit in the back door.
Yeah, they're gonna walk away with it. They're gonna be like, this is my 40 fat boy,
Right. You shouldn't be drinking anyway.
Yeah.
Say no to alcohol.
So you basically had to, without answering my own question, you basically had to wait till you turned 21 to find what you found in Amsterdam besides going back out there.
You know what? I mean, for real, like craft beer though, it was this chick I was talking to. We used to work together. And she got me into IPAs. She knew about IPAs and everything. I didn't know about, and Lagunitas was like the only real IPA at the time. And she was homebrewing, so that kind of got that whole love for craft beer going, because I was trying to get close, trying to get a little closer.
You trying to
get a little closer.
He was trying to concoct some get me open.
Charles.
GTD.
It said pull them down IPA.
Sprinkle a little bit of that weed in there,
Right.
Get it loosened up. No, I'm just kidding.
Sprinkler, man. We're gonna do a whole lot of dropping of some of the town stuff in this episode.
That's funny. She's not listening.
I hope she is.
She's gonna be like,
she know.
Yeah,
she knew.
To get the draws.
She see me. She see what I'm doing now. She know where
it started.
I'm surprised she hasn't resurfaced though, knowing that like you brewing again, and
at least she can get one beer a week, something like that.
I think she married now, but it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, that's
Well, it
two
don't
beer.
matter.
You can't get 2 beer a week.
Yeah,
Nah.
Yo, I made a mistake like a mug. I did not mean to open this one. I was like, yo, I'm about to drink another beer. And I open.
Oh, you open the town?
So what, the coquito made you blind? You couldn't see it?
No, I just grabbed one. I didn't even think about it because we was talking. But now,
it's a smooth 8 though. It remind you
after you drink another 8. After you drunk an 8 already, it's a smooth 8.
It's a
smooth
8.
Go ahead and keep drinking, Yoda. Ask these questions. Keep drinking and asking these questions.
So now that Yoda has opened that one, I will tell you that it reminds me a bit of Mac Bruin's IPA. It does remind me a bit the hints, the flavors, the notes. I don't know. I know his isn't a hazy, but I would like to maybe learn and talk to Mac and y'all a little bit more about it's kind of like the talk a little bit, talk a little bit about the
he'll do it.
Yeah, the characteristics of what went into this hazy, because it's delicious to me. I know you guys said you don't feel like it hit the right marker, but I'm interested in knowing like what were y'all aiming for, and what do you feel like that y'all ended up getting, and I'm around for the refinement. That's all.
I can tell you what's happening here. What happened is that
what's that?
Max is like 10%, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so this one is 8%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's both some black shit. So this is just black flavor
malt liquor.
IPA.
Malt liquor. This is malt liquor.
You drinking that white shit. So when you drink the white shit, you be like, but now you drinking. You had 2 black IPAs, and you like,
it's seasoned potato salad and not seasoned.
Right.
Potato.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
With raisins versus
no
raisins.
No raisins in it.
Sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole versus yams.
Exactly.
All right. So that's our interpretation. Who want to take it, Chaz or Mario? That's our interpretation.
I gotta say though, this is the second iteration of it. So the first iteration was more on par with what we were looking for. We were trying to get the same hop profile that we had last time, since it was a hitter. We had African Queen hops, we had Enigma, and the last one was I think it was Mosaic. I think it was
Mosaic.
Yeah. So we and then also the yeast that we use really brought out that haze.
Okay.
So with this one though,
it's at London 3.
London 3, yeah. So this time, I don't know what happened, but it was actually the day that I sent those beers out to you, Dan. I opened this up and I was like, well, I can't, as much as Hunter's Point, they're killing it, but as much as I wanted to make sure that we had a full 4-pack for all of you guys, I almost didn't want to include that beer.
Well, I'm glad you did, because it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
like,
is this didn't have that?
I know how you feel about it, but I'm sure that
Brewers are always their worst critic.
Right. Yeah, right.
Like rappers and shit. Like
sometimes Mario, you just gotta settle down and let the fans be the judge. And it seems like you got 2 pass me another's for both of the.
Yeah,
Yoda, what you think?
Definitely pass me another.
I'm feeling it. And so it sounds like what you're saying, Mario, is that, do you think it was a change in one of the hops that you guys used, or do you think that you canned it too quick, or you didn't let it sit, or what do you think or some factors that you're kind of narrowing it down to?
I think that it really boils down to, since this is a collab beer and it's not really on the level where we want to be completely in control of it. We were hoping that it was going to be consistent. So this is a thing that we want to take these collabs and see who's going to be really consistent with the recipes that we come up with.
Okay.
And if they're off just a little bit, I mean, the flavor profile maybe there.
Hey, look, I get it.
But like you said, it's like we can really dial in our recipes when we have our spot. When we have the time and the availability for a brewery Specifically, we're going to be brewing out of Federation.
Yeah.
Us doing it again, we're able to do these different collaborations and test out recipes and actually collab with a lot of the breweries to see what style that we can come to a middle ground with.
They would be good at.
And if it doesn't translate sometimes, then it's like, okay, then we know what we got to focus on when it comes to doing something with that specific collab again.
Right. You know, so like go ahead.
So when you guys collab, do collaborations, speak more on that. Are you guys bringing the recipe? Like you said, you're tasting their beers, and what I heard was you're tasting their beers, and they're like, oh, they make a sour the best. So where I'm going to give them a sour recipe and let this brewery. So my recipe is collabing with the brewery that makes my. Okay.
And we kind of jumping around because we didn't even know. We haven't even
absolutely.
gotten to the part where
I had
Hella Coastal actually came to be like.
Free flowing, right? Free flowing.
Remember? Right. Free flowing. We can tie it back.
Don't damn us up. Right. We are free flowing.
Right. Didn't he say that?
He actually said it. It's the rules of the podcast. Free flowing.
PowerPoints and fucking bullet points is the bullet.
Right.
We will definitely hit them all.
I mean, that's the high ABVs talking.
Oh, he on 17. You on what? 18% by now.
So now that you had your individual beer journeys, how did Hella Coastal become Hella Coastal?
No.
He gonna just jump all the way back.
Answer the first question.
No, answer the question. The collaborations.
Well, technically, the other question got jumped off the other way because he was still answering the question on how he got into craft beer. So we actually had our veered off of other questions.
Right, free flowing.
Right.
So I'm willing it back in.
Okay, so just to bring it back, I have to say that just to touch upon the previous question. My first experience was getting tired of drinking shit that made my liver hurt. You know, like 211 and you know, a lot of the shit you get in the brown paper bag. So it's really Lagunitas. I mean, it was Sierra Nevada was like my first like true step into it because I never had anything that like tasted something like that. I never tasted nothing like that before. And then Pyramid.
It was that spring water they put in that Sierra Nevada.
Yep, that mountain runoff, man.
That mountain runoff, boy.
Yeah. So it was that made me realize like there's a lot of complexity when it comes to beer because before, you know, you go to the corner store, you get everything that's basically one note, you know, and you know, the other one I can say that I can give some nod to is like the champagne of beer. You know, that one is still considered, you know,
Miller.
That high life, you know. So you know, that was my segue into
why as soon as you mentioned, you know, the champagne of beer, that as old as it is, that jingle, the commercial, still pop into my head.
That got a lot to do with it. Marketing make you walk into that store and buy it and over
again.
Like every year they got you singing another song. Like
that's all it takes.
The frogs from Budweiser, the What's Up guys. Like, why wouldn't you try Budweiser when they done made you laugh for 30 years? It made your daddy laugh for 30 years before that. Like they marketing the hell out of us, man. They marketing your liver bad, like
you know, it's almost like that. You know, like rebranding a product like Kleenex. You know, I want to grab a Kleenex, or you know, when it comes to getting diapers, I'm gonna grab a Pampers. You know, or Q-tip.
Right.
You know,
so a tissue. Like that's not Kleenex, right?
Yeah. So it's almost
a cotton
like
swab, not a fucking Q-tip.
Right. It's not a Coke. It's a soda.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that was the thing. Like that was like the threshold. Like that was the end point. Like us getting that, you know, the opportunity, or at least to try to utilize what Hella Coastal means and take that whole narrative of just by considering that you see what's popular, either it being on a billboard or you know, it was like, oh, let's just grab this real quick. Let's just grab the 40 because anything that's in the 40 bottle, you know, it's not gonna depend on the brand. People are gonna grab it and just not even know if there's any story behind it. It's just gonna be they're gonna gravitate to it, right? So our whole thing is like, well, hey, you know, people want to grab something. Well, just grab something of quality, and when we have some artwork on it, you know, we have a story behind it, and that's where Hella Coastal was basically like, we want to change the narrative up. You know, we want to be, you know, we wanted to be in the building and let people know, like, if you don't play our music, then we're in the building. We don't want the records to stop because you're trying to, you know, appropriate the culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna have names of beers that's gonna be, you know, hinting towards, like, one was
Hip
like
hop and everything else.
yeah, a lot of references. But then you go to some of these spaces
And don't
you know,
see no representation.
Yep, we feel like outsiders. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was the intention when I'll say Chaz, when he was you know, he's still doing it, but just documenting and I don't want to talk too much. Y'all have you talk about Chaz, but it was really to get that those same visuals that they were doing with Corona and with as far as that beer, but some of the billboards, but actually have it where we're in an environment where it's a bunch of us as opposed to a bunch of this, you know, the typical, you know, folks that you see, which is mainly white folks.
Yeah.
You know,
Malibu's most wanted.
Yep.
Oh man.
You know, it's like you know, reaching the end of the rope. You know what I mean? We're just like, you know, we're tired of this. You know what I mean? We wanna show that we can actually enjoy something of quality. We don't have to drink a bunch of it, and it doesn't have to be, you know, $1.50, $1.25. How about you grab something, grab a 4-pack, and you support something?
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of these places, they don't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, they might do it on the back end, but you never really hear about it. So we want to make sure that it's known that we're about this beer action.
Absolutely.
Talking about.
So you know, like Mario, when I came to the town in October, and you know, we had a chance to sit down. I got a chance to, you know, meet some of your folks. We met up at Federation Brewery. It was you know, it felt good to be back, kind of, you know, in the town, just being sort of born and raised there, you know, by Coastal. But I felt like Federation is like a home to you guys. Like, I see a lot of what you guys do out of there. Like, talk about that partnership, talk about some of the people that you guys have you know, just kind of opened up doors or welcomed you guys into the space. Just talk about how that relationship was formed.
Yeah, so when we first started out, you know, and really just announced to the world, like, we're about to do this. We're about to start a brewery. We're gonna have the first Black-owned brewery out here, you know, and after realizing the percentages and the lack of representation and ownership, you know, we joined the SF Bay Area Brewers Guild, and they have a DEI committee. So we started with that, you know, diversity, equity, inclusion. Just not only just brainstorming how the industry can become more diverse, but also putting that in the hands of the brewers to really make that change, you know, and hire people who they don't normally hire, like hire the folks who are right for the job, not just because you know somebody and they look like you and y'all all feel comfortable together. So that's one side thing we're doing. And then Aram, who's the owner, head brewer at Federation, had reached out to us and was like, yo, you guys want to come through? I want to, you know, chop it up with you, like, hear your story, you know, see how we can help out. So, you know, our plan in the beginning was like just to do collaborations, you know, go to different breweries, utilize it as like a master class, you know, where we can get in there, ask as many questions as possible, see different systems, and just learn and absorb as much as possible. And he over time, you know, we did a collab with them. We brought the recipe and kind of built on it. You know, they told us what would work, like as far as like, you know, achieving that goal, stepping something up from a homebrew recipe to production, you know, production scale. And we, you know, we did a 1-barrel batch in there, and then we brought it up to a 15-barrel. You know, so I mean, that was exciting. I mean, we were hyped, you know, when we first made that beer, saw our name on the can, you know, our you know, we brought our artists in, to do that. And we had a whole concept, and to see it come together was amazing. And
what beer was that, by the way?
That was the Bomba Nights.
Bomba Nights. Yeah.
Bomba Nights.
Yep. That's that Coquito Stout. Yeah.
Mhm.
So then, after that, another conversation started with him where he offered us the alternating proprietorship, which basically, instead of us having a facility and building it out and having $1.5 to $2 million to build something, he was like, you can kind of rent out our space for your brew days. It's been a long licensing process, but we're pretty much done now, so we're good to go. So
Good.
we'll be coming out, with our beer, in the next month. We still got some strategizing to go through, but y'all be the first to know about that.
Okay.
Well, cheers to that. Yeah, that's a cheers.
Yo, you know what's crazy though is that I hate that, even though I understand that it's necessary, but it just sounds like absolutely ridiculous to me that it needs to be a diversity and inclusion committee for the craft beer industry. Like, the shit that is just crazy to me.
It does for everything. Like, just think back, man. Like, I was on a vacation this past week, and I was driving through this particular city, and I seen like this deli that was 100 years old, and the first thing I thought, because I always think about race, was like white. And then I was thinking like, yo, what's 100 years old that's black? Right. And it's like churches and higher levels of education. I couldn't think of anything else. Could you tell me something else? And it's like, that's the only thing that they like let us do on our own. Everything else they infiltrate and try to take. So give me some fucking diversity program training and give me not make me have to raise $1 million, because I don't got $1 million like Joe Blow over there and his daddy writing them fucking checks. Like, so give me the money where I can do the proprietorship and get what they got. Like, it's a way. Like, everybody should have every way, and I want all the diversity, because y'all been robbing us forever.
Right,
they've been robbing us since we've been here.
That's why I was saying that it's a shame that it's necessary. Like, it's bullshit, but it is needed.
It's totally needed, and it's not enough. It's not even enough. Like, but good on y'all for taking advantage.
Yes.
Well, it was. I mean, even to touch upon what Chaz was saying, like the way that the Bay Area Brewers Guild actually saw us was that we were doing like almost like like guerrilla marketing type of things. We got some merch from Mike from BBC. He was able to reach out to us and provide us with some gear.
Product.
Yep, just to see that. I think the first beer that we actually posted that was like something that we did was a Black is Beautiful, from Brother Souls and from Marcus. And that was like our first run of getting into like how we can do this. And then of course, Chaz had some recipes, and then I had something that I wanted to do just to release something. But before we even got there, this East Bay running, they call it East Bay Beer Runners. We happened to be at this one park taking pictures. We just got this new gear. We out there. Chaz with the camera. He's a genius with it. He said, "Hey man, we ain't got no other models, man. You gotta do it." Got me out there looking like Black Bane or something. No, but it was it was some folks at this one park that was there was some blazing up, and we had some beers. We did a Kolsch, was like our first breakaway into getting into something that was light. And we wanted to move up because we ain't have enough to share. It was like 10 deep over there, like smoking. So we like, hey, let's move up a little bit, get a better vantage point. And then with that, we seen this whole group of folks like over on the side, and not even really paid any mind until one of the founders, his name's Ramon. He actually like came over. He's like, hey, what you guys doing? You guys you guys have what's going on? It's like, hey, we're trying to start a brewery. He said, is that Kolsch? Because we had true Kolsch glasses. We had actually Kolsch beer.
Okay.
And then he said, "You don't mind if we try? If I try some?" And I said, "Well, we don't really want you to." But then he started telling us about his East Bay Beer Runners group, and they're a bunch of people that are into craft beer heavy. And what they do is they go from brewery to brewery. They have this big. It's almost like what is that when they like a flash mob of like runners. They pull up to one spot. They have all their runners, 50 to 100 people. They pull up, they run, and then they come back and they finish off their run at the brewery. So there's a few of them left. Tried it. They tasted it. He went over for a bit. He said, "Hey."
Actual runners, actual
real run,
They running, man. They running.
They run and drink beer.
Yep.
on that one.
Yeah,
this is real runners.
Oh yeah, not those kind of runners. I think I know some.
Oh no. The whole time. I did not think that.
I know what you're talking about. No, but they so the founder, he tried it. He went over, he talked to them about it. A few of them came over, whatever we had left over. It's like, oh yeah, we're East Bay Beer Runners. We told them what we're doing, our story. It's a very mixed group of folks. And after that, we ended up doing this private event for them, and that's where we did the Black is Beautiful. And we're able to donate like 100% of proceeds of that beer to Campaign Zero. So that was like my first real stepping into like us giving back, to the community and knowing what our intention was going to be, but we're able to actually put into fruition with this act, us moving to a different location. And then it just so happens that there's this beer running group that's seen us. And next thing you know, the rest could be history.
Yeah,
serendipitous. That was serendipitous
awesome.
Meeting.
Yeah.
They had a large following, and they shared, our socials on their, photo of us on their socials, and that got us like, in the beginning we had like 50 followers, on Instagram, which was like me, Mario, and our family. So once they put us on, we got up to like 250, and then Mike put us on, we got another, like 500, so it's like it's all that all that networking and that support from the community, and still going to this day, so.
Now I know Hella is so West Coast, but so who came up with the name Hella Coastal? Like what is that? How did that happen?
Yeah, so
man.
I
Came
up with that. Yeah, came up with that in like 2013. I still don't actually know what it means because they really don't work together. It sounds good, it sounds tight, but it's like you can't really explain it. But but Hella, is from Oakland, or from the Bay Area. It's a Bay Area word.
Hella clean.
Meaning
hella good.
A lot, something
really?
like that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. And coastal, since we on the West Coast, we right there. I mean, we're in the Bay, but it's all connected. So originally it was going to be I wanted to do like a traveling like beer vlog, like video, travel up and down the coast, like do something, from reaching from San Diego all the way up to like Washington, hitting up different breweries. Because my thing is it wasn't enough of us, in these breweries and these spaces, and trying to normalize that by showing visuals and imagery of us in there having a good time, just living life, being people, you know what I'm saying? That actually never happened though. That was the idea, but I got the name, got the Instagram, got the website, got the domain, did all that. And just held on to it because I was like, this is going to eventually be something.
Yeah, see, that's what the thing is. I think you were speaking it into existence, right? Because your beer may be sold everywhere, so you'll be hella coastal. Like All coast.
East Coast, West
Yeah.
Coast,
Yeah.
South
Yep.
Coast.
You know, we be out in the Pacific. You know,
Right,
out
yeah.
in Hawaii
So
or some
yeah.
shit. It's
That's
all
what I'm saying.
If they
Like,
got a
yeah.
port and a
it's,
coast.
it's a good name. It's a good name.
Mhm.
Sorry, Midwest. No, I'm just joking.
Oh no,
Right.
Nah, they don't hit.
They got-
That
they got
Midwest
lakes.
don't
They
hit
got-
like
we
Hella
actually,
Coastal.
They got
yeah,
coastal
we got-
Yeah,
lakes.
you just need a beach.
no, we got
Just need some
something
little
in the
sand.
works. We got
Okay,
something in the works.
okay.
That appeals, you know. But you know, just if you don't mind me interjecting this a little bit. No, it was like one of those things that knowing that Chaz had this name for a bit, and I actually I started a vending machine business back in 07.
Mm.
You know, just me by myself, and I tried to take something to another level, not really knowing that I needed you know, more people. So I just use that as leverage to really. I sold the few machines I had in locations, and then I got into like investing in stock and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But knowing that I never could really count on anybody that had the same mentality as I did, and knowing that, you know, meeting Chaz and knowing that I think he was going to start a production company, and
Video.
yeah, video production company, yeah. And I was trying to. I'm really a cook. Like I love cooking. You know what I mean? I got roots in Louisiana and Texas, and you know, I wanted to make sure that I can, you know, share what I learned from my grandmother and my grandpa.
So are you telling us that when we come there, you gonna hook us up? Is that
Yeah, I
what
did. Yep, I got gumbo. I already got
Gumbo. I'm about to say you got gumbo. You got
I got
Louisiana
gumbo,
gotta have
man.
gumbo.
Yeah, we did a Mardi Gras fundraiser yesterday for our sons. So both of our sons go to the same school now.
Oh, nice.
So it was a fundraiser for the school. So we had this pay to play, but
Save me some gumbo.
No,
man.
I like.
I got you. I got
It's-
you.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
It sounds like you're really involved with the school. Like,
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
say,
liking
have
this.
you brought any more of the black fathers along with you? Because
Yeah,
I know
I'm
you've
liking
been
this. I'm
trying
liking
early
this.
on. Did it work?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's one of those things where you try to propose an idea, considering that it was one of the dads that originally taught us, you know, how to do more all grain and fine tune like hot profiles and things like that. It was during Chaz and I, we already had this plan set, but then trying to explain this to someone else, they just see it as, oh yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't like no one was really on board.
Mm-hmm.
And considering that we have this you know, shout out to Kobe, you know what I mean, but this Mamba mentality, you know, and got this go-getter spirit, you know, we want to make sure that our kids can actually see that we're taking this beverage that we drink, and we can easily buy it from the store, but then elevate it to a point where we actually own it.
Own it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Perfect. Perfect.
Create a type of opportunity for them to see us as entrepreneurs, so that way they can see themselves as the same, you know. So we want to we wanted to see who was going to be able to really take our idea to heart, you know, that we want to create not only a lifestyle brand with this name, but also we wanted to implement home brewing with it,
Yeah, man.
and be completely intentional about it.
Right.
So
dope.
you know, if folks didn't want to jump on, you know, I mean, that's on
That's
them.
fine, but that's on. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Absolutely.
So Chaz, would you consider yourself the you know, like in the brewing world, would you consider yourself kind of like the recipe owner, or what do they call like the person that puts the recipe together? Are you the owner of that task primarily, or is it shared?
That would be the head brewer, but we really just kind of all, you know, I mean, I would say I enjoy the brewing process and coming up with recipes, and Mario as well, and Manny, we're going to bring him on. We actually met him through Federation. He was the brewer there. You know, so we're going to bring him onto the team as well.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I just, you know, we kick back ideas back and forth, and you know, basically try to get the types of beers that we want to drink, you know, and really like try to make these beers like as close to like some of the breweries that we love, like we love their beers and we're like, yo, this is dope. Like I this is the shit. Like if I can make this, I'll be happy, so that's kind of like what we do going into it. Also like, Mario, he actually is the one who presented the Coquito, beer idea, even from when we were just home brewing. He was like, yeah, man, we need to try to make a Coquito beer. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna be possible. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work. But came down and did it with a stout, because stouts can be more flavorful and have that mix of like cinnamon and vanilla and coconut. You ain't gonna really do that in a lager or nothing like that.
It's a soulful beer, man. It's a soulful beer.
Oh, there it is. Pay homage, huh?
But I have fun with the marketing. That's what I like. I like taking the pictures. I like branding us and really normalizing, seeing Black people in beer, and highlighting us, So sometimes when you see photos of me and Mario, that's because I put the camera on the timer, and then jump in, get him to frame it, and jump in, do my little thing. But yeah, so yeah, that's
So individually, what is your favorite beer style? Like individually, like what do you prefer? Like when you go out, what do you actually like to drink?
Man, I've been going like it changes, So over this past, it also depends on the season too, But I say right now, my favorite would be like a West Coast Pilsner IPL, like a hoppy Pilsner. After that, it might be West Coast IPA, and then maybe a hazy IPA.
West Coast.
Yeah, keep it right.
Hey.
We did so far.
You sound like everything West Coast. Doesn't matter what it is. Thank you.
Yes. As long as coast is in the word, I'm
Boom. Drop it.
Yeah.
What about you, Mario?
No, I mean, I like lighter beers. I like to have something that's refreshing, especially during the summertime. In the wintertime, it could be a stout, or even the ones that a lot of people don't like. I mean, smoked porters. If you have a good one, then I'm gonna go in on it.
That's that acquired licorice taste.
Yeah,
it tastes like licorice.
You know what I mean? That's that acquired taste.
And also like what Chad said. I mean, it all depends on
season.
the day, the season. The attitude. Like if we had a long day at work, maybe you want a triple. You know what I mean? It's maybe you want something that that speaks of your frustration. You just want to relax.
Right. So in the brewing, world that y'all are in, like, will you guys want to branch out and get into styles that you, let's say, particularly don't drink? Will you want to brew some sours? Will you want to brew now, even like these non-alcoholic beers are becoming a fast growing trend of some of the same, flavors and styles that people like. So seltzers, all these different variations. What do you guys? What's your guys' opinion on that, and what would you guys like to brew more of that you haven't yet?
I mean, it's okay. If I step in here, I know that my wife, she doesn't drink beer.
Okay.
She doesn't like the smell of beer, but
mostly a lot of women, same here across the board.
Yeah, which I can, we both can respect that. Creating something that we enjoy, but also having a catalog of things that we can do that's approachable. So we dabbled into. I know Chaz dabbled into a cider. Into a seltzer. I've done a cider. I've done kombucha. We've wanted to do a sour, and aligning ourselves up with like the Rare Barrel was like.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
Creating something that's not only diverse, so people can have a little bit of something, that appeals to all senses, to all demographics.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, we want to make sure that we also have our key things that we enjoy.
Right.
Okay. What about an ESB?
Oh God. Every time you throw it out there.
I got you. Every time we have brewers on here, I gotta say, at least mention
Right.
ESB.
Right.
In their head, like, oh, you know what? ESB.
One day they'll say it, Mario. Chaz,
Mario's like, nope.
You know, we got you know, we'll be able to do like, you know, but one thing we want to be able to do is have like a pilot system, you know, so we can do like small batches, where it could be, you know,
Chaz, way to go with shutting Rob up.
Yeah.
That's the one day. That's the one day.
Pilot, you know, we'll have a pilot program.
Yeah, that pilot system they're gonna have the ESB on tap, and that shit gonna pop, and they're gonna like, oh shit, it's more than a pilot, so that's not shutting me up. That's proving my point.
It's flying the plane. It's flying the plane now.
Flying the plane.
But like, damn, who are these orders from, bro?
Lift off. We have lift off.
We got 300 cases going to Delaware. Why we got 300 cases going to Delaware?
All going to Rob.
That's all right.
This nigga to open a liquor store just to get cases.
You can Chad, you can see it. This how we cut up all the time.
No, it's all good.
Yo, you know what? I
Used to
did
that,
have a
definitely.
question, y'all. These cans. Who's doing the artwork and who's thinking of this shit? Because some of these cans are like very detailed. Like this one right here. Just hyped out.
Ooh.
Like that's very detailed. And so is the
Bomba Nights, huh?
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
And even the picture of the port.
Cans,
the picture, I don't know if it's a drawing or what. The port.
I think that's just a photo.
Photograph.
It's a photograph. Yeah. That's nice.
Let me tell you something. If I saw this beer in my store here, this Bomba Nights with this girl on here, with this brown woman on here, with that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, look at that right there. I'm gonna grab it.
Yo,
nah, for real.
Hey, we want to make them collectible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what.
Yay.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, you gotta peel that off and just stick it on the refrigerator.
Yeah,
that's why you can see the brown girl every day.
Or you can just do it like this.
I mean, refrigerator. I always trying to show somebody everything.
This beer wall.
Right. But yeah, just peel it off, bro.
Is there like one artist that y'all got doing your cans, or is it like different people doing the cans?
It's different folks. So the Bomba Nights, that's Julia who did that. She did that can. She did our scraper season can, which was basically like, we have this thing out here. You guys might have it too, but scraper bikes, you know, where young people kind of have the big wheels and they deck them out, you know, and put all these designs on them and stuff. So, you know, so we wanted to.
That's definitely some West Coast shit.
Okay. Yeah. So you know, we wanted to make a bike, a beer that pays homage to them, you know, because that's you know that's Oakland culture right there. And you know, the kids like hitting a wheelie around Lake Merritt, you know, so it's like it's a nice springtime scene, you know.
They be popping wheelies, around the way, but not in big wheelie bikes.
Yeah, but I do notice that everything is definitely keeping the culture, like as far as the West Coast.
Yeah, Oakland.
It's
Black.
not, I haven't seen anything.
So is there a Flatlands beer? Is there a Flatlands beer out there in the works?
I mean, that's the scraper season. I mean, all the scraper bikes, they coming from it's coming from the kids. It's an outlet. You know what I mean? It's an organization that gets kids, if the community centers are not available, it's an organization that helps kids out, like use their bikes as a platform to be creative, you know, and be artistic. And then they do big rides. You know, it's one way that at least the kids can tap into, you know, venting out their frustration through exercising and creativity. You know what I mean?
I have a question for everybody.
Hold on, though. I just had a quick question about this specific key.
Oh yeah.
For this one, I see the guy holding the mic, and then it also everybody looks like pimps on here, but I'm trying to figure out, like, are these real people? Like, are these real people?
Yeah. So the artist we worked with on that one, yeah, he those two folks, they had a group called Hyped Out, and it was like eclectic, like hip hop, R&B, rock, kind of all meshed together. And then they both passed away like at the same time. Not sure how that happened, but yeah. So what this artist did, he had this whole like painted piece that was that. And when we hit him up about collabing on a beer label, he was like, "Oh, I would like to do something, to highlight my homies in this piece that I have." So he basically recreated it for the can art, and then we use their name as well, and we're playing their music at the event too.
Release.
So the release that we had last week.
I see the hot down here with the heart too. Like this is crazy, yo. This is like, I just want the painting like of this. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't even like. I want the can is nice, but that is just crazy, yo. It's so detailed.
Oh yeah, you check his art out. His Instagram is on the back of the can, but his other stuff is crazy. But yeah, he has like that. It's this weird like drip effect kind of going on, like acid trip art style, So yeah, we.
But you also did something with for Shock G too as well, right? There was a big can that had Shock G on it as well. How'd that come about, and like what was the creative process behind that?
We had that beer, right?
We had that.
Okay,
that was almost like a dream come true, because now that's almost like saying like another level of us making it. You know what I mean? When you have like a big hitter like Money B and the whole Digital Underground family, they're like reaching out. Thanks to Mike, though, he was instrumental with getting that whole conversation going. Mike from BBC, he got that whole conversation going, and now, Chuck Taylor, who did all the artwork, that whole thing was this. It was very organic.
I just saw they was really pushing it on Drink Champs when they were on there, like Young Humpty is what he called it. So and Money B, I saw that they was really promoting it on Drink Champs, and I was like, oh shit, I remember we had that shit right there. Like, oh, that's dope. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was dope that they was, and that was just like a couple weeks ago. So this is still like even though that beer been out for a while, they just bought it like new to everybody, like, because I know like on the West Coast it might have been a thing, but like we're putting it on Drink Champs because Nori from the East Coast, put it on some global shit. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean we're very it was very it was humbling to work with somebody that you've seen as a trendsetter.
Right.
Money B being part of that with Gregory, Shock G, I'll say. not everybody knows his name, but with Shock G, and then also their team, and us being part of this whole project for Digital Underground Day, which happens to fall on Shock G's birthday as well. So there's going to be this yearly thing that's going to happen. Where hopefully we're a part of that. Pushing the culture forward. Especially putting as far as musically. Digital Underground did a lot of things as far as like putting that style of music on the map. Especially at that time, like 80, 88, 89, 90. They broke ground on a lot of things that we were growing up and watching and like dancing to, and us being part of that is like that's
crazy.
Yeah.
Now had he already passed away when you first did the collaboration, or this was what he had already?
Yeah, it was to pay homage to him. Yeah.
I didn't know if it had started rolling before it happened, and then you still wanted to continually pay homage. All right.
That's still, I mean, it's crazy either way. That's dope. That's dope as shit. They ain't gonna do one for Mac May. Oh wait,
Mac Dre.
On Mac May with Mac Cash Money, Mac May?
Nah, not him. Not him. What's the Mac Dre? Yeah, Mac Dre.
Oh, Mac Dre. Oh no, that there's another brewery already
Did they?
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're working with the family and everything, so they give back a portion of the proceeds. But you know but that's what we're talking about, right? It's like these white-owned breweries making money off of our likeness. You know, putting him on the can, calling
Wait,
it
so they
Mac
working
Drizzle.
with a white brewer? So the family working with a white brewery right
Well,
now?
they approached them first, you know,
Yeah.
not to
Man,
say you go with
I would
whoever
still
approached you
approach them.
first, but
Yeah.
I would approach them too, be like, look, look, we the same over here, baby.
yo,
Are
we
we
the same over here, baby.
Yeah.
You poaching? you poaching on
Right though.
There's many
I mean,
Oakland artists they can choose from. You can go any, well, not even just Oakland. You can go a Bay Area artist. You can definitely collaborate with. So it's not, you don't have to go with just
What's his name? Geek the Sneak.
Keep Sneak.
Yep,
Yep.
Keep the Sneak. Yep. I mean, we love Keep the Sneak. We love Keep the Sneak, but
I bet
you know, for us, we you know, it's just one of those things though, that the imagery that we want to project too is not around this other subculture that affects us. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's why you know, in the beginning it was about having a good time and not projecting this other narrative of what we do.
Mhm.
You know, when you're in rap culture. So, you know, as much as we love and respect a lot of the artists, we also got to make sure that we're intentional with who we you know, have on the can and also who we do collabs with. So
Mhm.
But like, the only thing is that I could say is that, I mean, I didn't really read into the kid, but like for like this one specifically, like I would have liked to saw some information about the people that's on the can.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, because they are real, these are real people. Like, I would have liked to, like, kind of Shock G's like obvious, like, you know, Humpty, like when you look at that can, but like when you see people like this, I would like to see information on them. Even with the Humpty one, I mean, I don't remember if it was anything on the can about them, but I would like to at least see like something small about them, if anything, only because everybody doesn't know, and like it might be some white person that pick up this can that just like sees two black dudes on there and just be like, oh, well, it's a nice can, blah, blah, blah. Or they like that it's an IPA or whatever the case is, but don't know who these people are. So I would like to see like a little information about who they are. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, totally. And you know, it's also up to the you know, that's another thing with the collaborations. You know what I mean? It's like this TTB thing that they got, depending on how the label is situated and all that. Once we get our own brewery, we can put whatever content we want on it.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? We won't have those limitations that they'll say, oh well, we can only fit this amount and we got to have this label and this label and this label. Like, well, shit. You know, like for the
I'm boxed in.
Yep. If you go to the Almanac beer, I mean, if you check out that one, read what it says on that one. Like we have a story, a backstory, and then the proceeds of this one is going to the Michael James Jackson Foundation to help diversify the space.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Out to Garrett Oliver.
So yep. So it all depends on who we collaborating with, and it also how intentional or where they see our vision. And if they're going to be part of that, then make those adjustments.
Right.
If not,
And
then we're gonna. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was just gonna say, and that's one thing we really brought to these breweries doing these collabs is like y'all gonna have to give back to somebody. You know, we're gonna find an organization like the Scraper Bike Scraper season went to the Scraper Bike team. This one to the Michael James Jackson Foundation.
The Home Nights went to MariaFund.org. Yep, for Puerto Rico relief because my wife. I'm sorry, Chaz. Keep going.
Oh, you got it. I'm gonna go get me another beer real quick. I'll be back.
He said, "My wife." He must want to make sure.
I know. I was like, "No, you get it."
Well, what about your wife? Let's see.
That's a whole story too, and I think Mario gotta tell that one about.
Yeah. So since you brought it up, we definitely got here.
No, it was so Coquito was like one of those things that my wife and my wife's family is there from my wife's family's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And her Wella, which her grandmother and a few of the elders in the family used to make this holiday drink every year.
Speak on it, Mario.
So the thing is like, so she was able to survive a lot of things, and Hurricane Maria was one of them, but she wasn't able to survive cancer. So the only way we can really like pay homage to her is like our first release of our beer will be essentially be like a younger version of her dancing and doing some of the things that she what she was doing at some of the holiday parties, and me being part of this family, I realized like how it's in a lot of BIPOC, especially Black and Latino, that doing these things and having these traditions, and keeping them going, I think is and we both think is like very special. And we can do it in different forms. We can either do it on having a holiday thing at the house, or we can actually put it on a can, and now people know that this is something that means something to us. Like we have a lot of emotional equity built into like what we're doing as well. And that one, that Boma Niso is like one of the staples that we're going to make sure we're going to bring every year. We want to make that it goes to a foundation that helps with Hurricane Maria relief. When we went out to Puerto Rico back in 2019, there's a lot of pride in the island, considering like all the shit that they went through with the hurricanes and with the earthquakes, and then with our previous and asshole Trump, what he was doing, trying to make them become something separate, which may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing, I'm not sure, but I know that they're almost like that stepchild, they're like so it's like they have a lot of pride and they have a lot of soul, and considering like even in music, a lot of people are just loving the music, but they're not putting the necessary resources into building up essentially another state that's part of the United States.
Yeah, right. And you know what too, Mario? Some of them don't even know that it's Puerto Rico. Some people like think it's another Spanish speaking country. Yeah. And I love how you put coquito on it, because that is Puerto Rico. Like, it's a Puerto Rican drink, and it's from that country. I just appreciate it. I knew exactly. I was like, somebody in his family got relations to Puerto Rico, because you just don't. You can't put it on the bottle unless you got that connection. So yeah, I appreciate your story. That's dope.
Yeah, so it's a lot of love, in that, and it's a lot of love. And a shout out to, I have to say, my staple. My rock. My wife has been completely supportive about this whole movement.
Does she like the beer? Because you said she doesn't like beer. Does she like this particular one?
No,
she tried it.
Give me real coquito. Mario, give me the real coquito.
That's something that is another segue. So my other brother-in-law, his girlfriend actually came up with this idea that we do like, and nothing against what's going on in Ireland and all that, but like doing like a version of Irish car bombs with coquito. So you make actual coquito and drop it in, and now you have a drink that maybe everybody can drink.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my wife, she might be able to love that because it has coquito actually in it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta do a test drive on her. Then, like,
could you make could you make beer with, I was thinking the whole time it's just the little cinnamons and stuff for the coke. I thought you actually had like a bottle of. Never mind.
Yeah, a little rum in there. It's a little rum in there, though.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Rum.
I can't wait to try it.
150 pounds of toasted coconut. There's like 100 sticks of Madagascar.
Coquito is in there.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
It's just not the actual, it's coquito, but all the individual
materials.
Understand? Yeah, I got it. I got you.
Oh yeah, the flavor is there though. Like, the flavor is definitely there. That's why I drink it.
That's why I was wondering if maybe his wife would have.
Now the question is, are you a coquito with egg or without egg?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be without egg, unless we want to be meditating on a porcelain seat.
Okay.
You know, this is one though that's actually going to be evolving too. So this will be the only one that we want to make sure that we get it like
got to get it right,
dialed in. Yeah,
it's still not right.
You know what the coquito one?
Yep.
Yo, you know what's weird though? Even after I drank the town and city joint, I still taste the coquito on my tongue.
On your tongue. Okay,
nice.
I was like, yo, wait, this is supposed to get rid of that. It didn't. I still take it.
Hey, good flavor.
Right, good. That's good flavor.
That's crazy.
That's you know, that's also the beauty of craft, man. You know, it's like we can dial it in. We know where we can fine tune some things, and then where we can say, oh nope, that didn't work.
I got a question.
Coconutty, cinnamon-y taste that I can.
I'll go after you too, Lou.
Has anybody had a West Coast Pilsner before? Has everybody? Is this this dry hop Pilsner? Is this a new thing that you guys invented? Is this something that's going around? This is a question for everybody. I've never heard it. Like I told you, I was ready for a Pilsner. Y'all gave me an IPA. Y'all tricked me.
Tricked him. He ain't read the label, but y'all tricked him.
It says West Coastal Pilsner, bro. This don't taste like a Pilsner. No, this is an IPA. It's the dry hoppiness of it all.
It's the double dry hop too.
Yeah, it's the dry hoppiness of it all.
Damn, you make me want to taste it, but I can't drink it.
I don't know if I drink it tomorrow. Drink it tomorrow. It's good. It's good. You're gonna like it.
I think I linked it more self to the like a pale ale to me more. That's kind of how I felt when I drank, because I did drink that one. Now I finished that too. So.
Wait, so you drink too?
Yeah, I drink too.
Okay, me too. Okay,
so nobody's ever heard. Nobody's ever heard of a West Coast Pilsner before.
Well, I think Witchcard did something similar to that as well, but they were also a West Coast brand, because I think Crown the Hops has something similar that is it was more as a hoppier Pilsner than you would normally think. So
okay.
Well, I was gonna say our first beer that we did was the fresh Pills of Oakland, which was a play on fresh Fresh Prince of Bel Air. That was like our first West Coast Pilsner that we did, which was didn't have as much of the bitterness that you get on this one, but that was done with a brewery that has like a very strenuous schedule, and we respect it. You know what I mean? They have their own thing going on, so we wanted to see if we can do a completely different version of that using this salvo. It's like a hop oil. And then Chaz had to remind me, he's like, no, it was put in the mash. It was put in the mash. Oh, no, the whirlpool. It was put in the whirlpool, which it actually helps with the clarity too. So as far as like the parts per billion of particulate that normally you'll get in a beer, it was like one of the lowest particulate counts that was measured. So maybe we can dial back on some things so it's not so upfront. But other than that,
don't ever take my recommendation. Don't ever take my recommendation.
Yeah, he got a filter.
Nah, I don't. My taste buds is different. Don't take my recipe. Do it the way you're doing it.
He like Kool-Aid. A lot of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, bro. I like sweet tea and Kool-Aid.
He like sours. You know.
He like potato salad with raisins in it.
Nah, don't send it all the way that way.
Sugar and sweet tea, bro, and that don't even make no sense. Those two things don't drink the same. But don't take my recommendation on me not enjoying. I know people don't like it. Yeah, it's just me. That's I'm not.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I got two questions. I'll ask the first one just because you started talking more about the parts per million and billions. Are either one of y'all Cicerone trained, licensed? Like, are y'all what are y'all in terms of like level of taste and really being in the connoisseur world of beer? Either y'all in that space?
We took the class with Mike, the Black Beer Culture class.
Okay.
To be a certified beer server.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't take the test though, but I'm still reading the book, How to Taste Beer. I still go back to it, and
Okay.
it's a
Me
long
too,
learning
Chaz.
process. You know what
Me
I'm
too,
saying?
Chaz.
I don't need that pen, but
Yeah.
I need that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's
It's all
what
up
I'm doing.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
all up
got
here.
that pin though.
There you go. Bougie.
Yo, beer glass all over again.
You know what? Now I'm gonna wear it every week now. I'm gonna wear it right
Put it
here.
on, look, put it on your hat. Put it on your hat.
If you got the pin, fine. But Chaz, I'm still working through some things.
Where your modern day starter pin?
I don't even know what that patch is either, though. So I don't even know.
Oh man, come on.
The other question I wanted to ask you guys is, now that everything is opening back up, or we've been outside for a minute, festivals are back up and popping. We obviously had a good time. Chaz, we saw you guys at Barrel and Flow this past 2021. Where would you guys say that not really is what's next, but specifically what festivals are inviting you guys, or are you like asking to still be a part of, or people inviting you into festivals where you normally maybe would have to kind of knock on that door and ask to be a part?
Yeah, we got of course Barrel and Flow, no brainer.
Okay.
Blacktoberfest, no brainer. You know what I mean?
Okay. The one Atlanta, or y'all don't know?
If we can try to make it to the South Africa one.
Okay.
Be there, you know what I mean? That would be dope. That would be dope. But
good reason to make it to the continent,
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know some folks are there now, right now. Mm-hmm.
We were offered to do outside lands last year, but we didn't have our license at the time.
Okay.
So we had to back out of that, and then
that's like a 3-day music. I don't know if you guys know, but a 3-day music festival out in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
So it's like the biggest,
like the Beer Village and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And,
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, Clowns and Hops was there. They had, and the other one was Coachella. So Coachella, we actually we're not going to do.
Okay.
We have our own reasons why we're not going to go that route.
Too much dust.
Huh?
Too much dust.
All the people on them shrooms, they ain't gonna know what that beer tastes like. They gonna be too high.
Yeah, we also have like our own. We have a set of values too. Seeing where the top line, who they may be, lined up with. I don't know. It's like one of those things.
Can I just say that the creator's a Trump supporter, big donator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's okay to say that.
I was trying to.
Mario wasn't trying to say that shit. It's all right.
I was gonna say it, man. I was gonna say it. I was just trying
You
to
talked about it when they was talking about Puerto Rico. Trump is not a fan. We're not a fan over here.
Right.
You can talk about him.
Okay.
You
Well,
like.
straight up.
Yeah.
They found out that they support Trump, at least the founders, and we just don't want to line ourselves up with anybody that has any kind of political ties to someone that's misogynistic, sexist, racist.
Right.
I mean, I can keep saying all of it.
Right.
And we have it doesn't matter how much we're going to sell at one event. We're just not going to be able to tap ourselves into that type of.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if R. Kelly was like, we got to say nah.
Yo,
you don't want to go to the R. Kelly
was like,
Water
I'm
Shine
going
Free?
to a beer
You don't want to go to that festival?
listen, man.
R. Kelly ain't
Get the
still in jail.
I get it. I get it.
And also, this which Mario and I got to continue talking about, but there's someone out here who kind of like builds up the nightlife and everything in Oakland, like redistricting, so that's how kind of Uptown got started.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to do, potentially like do a beer and music festival out here, where we could be like the curators of it,
Mm-hmm.
Also, we were at Black Joy Festival, which was the first year coming back last weekend. So that was Saturday.
Okay.
So we got, Federation to donate some kegs to that.
Okay.
So we were able to, pour our beer out, and it was a beautiful, beautiful space, and we want to curate a whole beer garden there, because it's all about expanding folks' palate, especially in the
Mhm.
Black community, because everybody's drinking on these mixed drinks, and you out here and it's all hot in the sunlight. We can bring folks in, have a dialogue, communication, let them taste some things, and see the creators who are making this.
Yeah. Her does a festival too out there, right? Doesn't she do a festival in Oakland as well? Or
Who's
Oakland
that?
area?
Who,
Her?
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 I mean, I think she's more from Sacramento, like, or Vallejo
Yeah,
area. She has a.
yeah.
I mean, I know she was at a festival out here. Hyro's another one. Hyro Day.
Mm.
They do a big festival. Like Kaylani, like, pretty much got started at Hyro Day when she first came out.
Okay.
Used to be a free festival. Now it's like $20 or something to get in.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that jump off in like the
That's
summer,
still
fall.
free.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
See
sorry,
how
fellas.
much I put in my tank today.
I had to go pay the water bill real quick.
That's all
That's
right.
what's up. Broke the seal. You broke that seal, boy.
Yeah, couldn't hold it no more, man. My ass can't hold it no more, man.
So what's what do you guys? So I would say something that you guys have started as simple, not as simple as, but just like brewing from Oakland. First thing that comes to mind, or that to me that translates similar, is like music. Like, let's say with music you make it in your town, and then you find like yourself on billboards, and you find yourself kind of over plastered, whether it be World Wide Webs and all that kind of stuff. What has been some of your town's reaction to now you guys being in the beer space and being taken serious? And are you getting that following from the town like you guys would expect? That's my question.
I have to say, I mean, we're still a lot of folks, a lot of folks, man. They're not into tap. I mean, craft beer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, like, the reception for the most part has always been like pretty good. Like, oh man, I didn't even know that there was a black brewery in Oakland. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, we're still pretty humbled considering like our movement, only because we have kids and we want to make sure that they don't be. I mean, it's great to be confident, but we don't want them to be big headed. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that they stay grounded. So I mean, we've been getting some great reception. You know what I mean? And kept it very humble. You know what I mean? We're not like walking around like trying to.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lord.
we just know, but we're just trying to do things the way we know how to do it.
Exactly.
Y'all out there walking like that. Don't need y'all friend.
Hella coastal out here, son. Hella
Right.
Oh man,
We hella big out here. We hella big.
oh man,
You know what I mean?
Man, we hella-
Popping,
we hella
look,
studying.
they popping collars and shit. They doing all this.
Popping beers.
Popping beers,
No, but
pop tops, popping them tops, Blue.
What's the
Pop tops.
like? Shut.
It's been a while.
What's the goal though? Like, I think if I was to start brewing beer and I was selling it, I would want, like, if black people didn't buy my beer, I wouldn't be mad. I would want all the white people's money, because like, for real, because ain't that what happens with us?
Tell it.
We give them all our money. So I want the same situation to happen with me. Like, I want
80%
like,
off.
if
For
I
black
find out-
people.
Yeah, if I find out the demographics is off and like black people ain't buying my shit, fine, I'm cool with that. All these white people, I'm getting all these white people money. Man, that's what my goal is right there.
Egg it.
Oh yeah, because you could use your money for other things.
Right.
Right. Gotcha.
That can help your people.
Yeah, that can help my people. But I want all their money so I can use that money to help my people.
Yo, I like
that's it. That's the intention.
Yo, I'm feeling you.
Okay. I'm just making sure that we all on the same page. I don't have no brewery. I don't know how to sell beer or no shit like that. But I wanted to make sure that y'all was on that page.
Yeah.
I mean, but when it comes to the, to our space though, the tap room is really where we want to, provide that experience for our people, because based off our own experiences going into these other breweries and stuff, majority white, you go up to the bar, ask some questions. People are short with you. They don't give you as much time as they would, to somebody else who came in. They'll talk them through everything. But with us, they're like, oh, here you go. Oh, you'll try this. There you go. But we want to be able to have a space where that's for the community, and by the community. But we will take everybody's money at the same time, and would appreciate.
There's no way around it.
Yeah,
Right.
ain't no way around it. Yeah,
Right.
But yeah, I have to. Oh, keep going, bro.
The last thing, the town is ready. I know you asked Dev earlier if we get the support, from Oakland, and food folks came through last week. When I'm seeing like people I ain't even invite, but I know from like elementary and high school, and they like, yo man, we're proud of you. We're proud of you.
Jazz is in the building.
So that's dope, and we definitely get in that support. And once we have our own space, we know because we're gonna provide something that breweries aren't doing right now. Like you don't see like day parties at breweries, but we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to pull that off and make it happen. Have the right DJs, have the right food, and really curate an experience that you want to be at and be part of, and feel like you part of the in crowd when you come to Hella Coastal.
Yo, something that I've three of us went to recently was a free small like kind of beer fest out in upstate PA, probably about an hour north of where we live in Delaware. Are you guys hearing more talks of that happening? Like what the space was basically set up like, it was at a brewery, but it was basically like, I would say probably 8 other breweries that were all there. They just used the space of one of the breweries, but they all poured. It was, it was free. They did have a special release that everybody was there buying, a particular beer, but you could try all of the beers. But it was a good time, and it really created a space where you didn't really have to feel like all right, it's a day of drinking. I didn't really have to spend any money if I didn't have to. I just became more familiar, with the brands that were out here first before I start just kind of investing my dollars. Are you guys working on any collaborations or any kind of like, to your point, day drinking or day beer fests that are not as huge as something that, we got a caravan and spend a whole weekend doing? Are you looking into doing anything like that?
Well, one good example is like we were like almost like a last minute addition to the Black Joy Parade, which is like a big event. I think it was like, I can't remember, maybe like 50,000 people. Something like that, maybe 10. It was a lot of people. I know that we were just behind the bar. We were able to serve our beer.
50,000 to 10.
It was a lot of people.
It was a lot. He was about to exaggerate. May not make it that big.
You caught that.
I mean, it was probably like 20, maybe. I don't know. It was a lot.
I don't know. It was just a lot.
Whenever you put double digits on thousands, it's a lot. Like,
yeah. Okay.
So,
but I would have to say though that like because of that, and because of us working with the group, next year we'll be able to essentially curate the brewing list. I mean, the beer. So we get to actually provide what beers is going to be served up on tap at this big event that has artists, caterers, people
that like some stages set up.
Yep, dominoes. We got chess going on. It's like this big event that's surrounded by Black Joy. I mean, it's the last week of Black History Month, but we feel like Oak Park in Sacramento, which I gotta show you this. Couldn't send this one out to you.
Okay.
Roger Jeff out there out in Oak Park. Roger Jeff.
Yeah. This was that rare form that is hard to like get your hands on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because of Oak Park, like they have this they have these events all the time that brings the community together. I don't know if you're familiar with Oak Park, but Oak Park.
We had them on podcast twice, I think.
And I went out there. I went out to their brewery in October when I linked up with you too, Mario. I drove over there.
And Ted Mack has come on and told us all about it. All the
time.
So they're the homies, man. I mean, Raj, Jeff, Brittany. The whole squad. There's what they're doing, especially what we have planned for Juneteenth with them. It's like it's going to be another function. You know what I mean? It's going to be another show out where it's not just in February, but we're trying to make it so that we can have this more on a regular.
Yeah, you gotta let us know, man. We'll definitely hop on a plane and come, support you guys. Bring our big tarp that Rob says that shit is big. Every time we see our signage, we'll pull up. We'll fly up. Pull up, fly up.
That worked. Fly up,
fly across. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. We're gonna have three. We're gonna do 3 different events for Juneteenth.
Okay.
So we're still planning some, but definitely it's gonna be Oak Park.
Okay.
We're gonna do something at New Parish, which is a music venue in Oakland.
Okay.
And we also gonna have our own thing at Federation as well, possibly more. But make Juneteenth like a whole 4-day experience.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
All right.
Beer is Black history.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. Any more questions for Chaz and Mario?
Nah.
I have one more question. No, you go, Dev. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna close out and just kind of give flowers. So you ask your question first.
My last question is: earlier, Chaz met Homer. Mario, have you ever met Homer? And was it by chance or was it because of Chaz? It was just random too?
No. It was because of Chaz. I mean, Chaz. He first started off homebrewing, of course, just doing that whole the travels of him homebrewing. And I ended up bumping into actually meeting the man, and knowing the level of knowledge that he has and how humble he is. I mean, he reminds me of that old uncle. It's you ask him he has suspenders on. You come in, he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "How's it going today?" He's like, "It's another day in paradise."
Yeah, that's a whole story. And then it turned to a whole story after that.
Paradise. Paradise on the street. That girl named Paradise. She was crazy.
Her name didn't even end with an A.
It didn't even end with an
A. All right, well, it ain't that ain't sticking, huh? That myth. It's a myth.
Go ahead, Mario.
Well, just to highlight the point though, considering the type of person Homer is, knowing that he's helped groom and grow a lot of these other, it's necessary that we feel that he has to be part of something that he feels oh no, it's too much work. Well, how about if we can just sit down and talk in this type of format, so that way we can give him his flowers.
Give him a beer after. Give him a beer. Give him a beer, man.
Yep, and then even before us, we can give him a beer. I mean, he's all he
can't make a beer for him.
Yeah, collab with Homer.
Yeah, Homer needs to
make
have
the Homer.
Well, we got him, and then we also got Michael LeBlanc and Black. What was it? It was BB. It was the original BBC before BBC. I mean, to say the truth, it was Barrel.
Brothers Brewing Company.
Brothers Brewing Company.
Okay.
Which they started off contracting. I mean, their offices was in Oakland, but they started contracting to get their beer out. But they started doing that back in it was 1997, 98.
Wow.
The thing is, but at that time, no one was on.
Nobody was on that level.
Nobody was on it. So it'll be great to link up with him.
Yeah.
See if we can bring back that style.
Ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'll be dope.
Ahead of their time.
That'll be kind of like the people's beer.
Yeah.
That'd be dope
For sure.
I got one more question. It had nothing to do with beer. So being from the West Coast, how'd y'all feel about that Super Bowl performance, or did y'all watch the game on Drink Champs?
Random question.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I was on West Coast.
Right.
That's what I'm asking. You know, it's rare I get to talk to niggas from the West Coast. I'm trying to ask the question.
I'll say personally, I'm not from LA. Much respect to them. I'm not from Cincinnati.
Yeah,
much respect to them. But I want to see what the halftime show was looking like. Just to be honest, I didn't bet on nothing.
Right.
My team moved away. They moved to Vegas.
Raiders.
I'm all college now. I'm college.
Oh, you're a free agent.
Yeah.
And high school,
And high school.
Yeah.
California
definitely got some high school.
My mom and my stepdad, they gave up their season tickets too.
San Francisco's right there though.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not even in San Francisco anymore. They in Santa Clara, which is 45 minutes away from San Francisco. So if they were still at Candlestick, which I used to go down there with my grandma when I was a kid. We used to walk around the park. I would have hopped over to the 49ers. But
I would say baseball. Baseball's on strike.
We still got the A's. We still got the
A's.
A's.
Still good.
Oakland A's.
Yes,
A's.
I mean, and the Warriors left. Everybody leaving.
Right.
Yeah. Even though that loss last night was bullshit, but
56, baby.
It's my fault. I haven't watched the last 6 games, and I found out they lost the last 6 games.
Yeah,
so I need to
get
back
on it, man.
I gotta get back on
it. I'm fucking up,
Yeah, you gotta give them back their mojo.
that's why they losing.
They the 3 seed now, messing around with you, Chaz.
Yeah.
Tune in, bro. Golly.
Hey.
Look, Mario, I do bet. I got money on these motherfuckers. So come on, bro. I've been disappointed the last week and a half watching.
Well,
these
now you know
losses.
not to bet for them until
Until
you
Chad start watching.
I bet before. I bet when Chad was watching. When Chad was watching, that's when I bet.
They were still, pre spring break or whatever they call it, All-Star break. They was killing it, and then
Yeah. That's when I bet. I bet that they would win the West back in like December.
They still got.
They look good.
Yeah, we still
got
got
to win the just the Pacific.
just the West.
Yeah, just to win the West to be the representative in the finals.
Yeah. No.
Appreciate that.
I'm not going.
I hope so.
Right now.
I mean, don't thank me yet.
Stay healthy.
Thank me when I got a winning ticket. That's what you appreciate me.
Damn.
Now I do have, because that was a random question that you got to ask. I do have a question now.
He got
and
it
goes back to Hella Coastal. Like, in terms of the logo, like, who came up with the logo? What is the logo?
So the logo is actually these. Well, if you're talking about the circular logo, it's these cranes right here.
Okay.
So when Hella Coastal was kind of like first envisioned, I was like on a kayak in between it's a West Coast lifestyle, man. We out
That's
here
right.
enjoy,
Exactly.
we gotta enjoy this shit,
You got diversified activities, man.
Right. Smoking some good.
I didn't say nothing. That's just
I'm trying to do the same thing, So yeah, me and my girl,
Free flowing podcast, free flowing lifestyle.
Like, I'm out here kayaking.
Stand up or sit down? Was you standing up or sitting down?
It was a sit down. Yeah.
Sit down. Okay, chilling.
So me and my girl, we will go out, bring a bottle of wine, a Bluetooth speaker, throw it on the kayak, and just kind of ride up and down the little estuary, which is between Alameda Island and Oakland. So it's pretty chill. So got like a photo of the cranes, and that's kind of what started the logo. Because it's got the water right there, and we being Hella Coastal out here in the in the bay and everything.
That's cranes every damn day, damn near, and I don't be like,
I mean, but Mario did say Chaz is on that photography joint. So
he saw the art.
You didn't see the eye. You didn't say,
in it. Yeah, he had the eye for it.
He framed it up, and you was like popping.
Is that the port, or are they just cranes building shit, or is that the actual?
It's the port. Yep, it's the port of Oakland. Yep.
Oh, okay. There it is. Huh.
Yeah, I'm like them port cranes look familiar. They the same everywhere. They
Yeah,
look
they
just
are.
like that in woman.
Because it look like our shit on it.
Yeah.
You know, they inspired George Lucas to make them. You know,
Oh, the shit's going
Oh
on.
yeah, I rode that
yeah.
shit last week. Yeah, that thing
Oh,
was.
shit.
Sheesh.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it looked the same way. Like
Yeah, now you think
yeah,
about
you
it. Yeah.
know,
They just gotta make noise and move. That's all
Yeah.
they made.
that motherfucker get some fancy
You
shit.
know.
That's a crane.
That's just a port crane.
Walking port crane.
But you know that was like one of the things that we wanted to introduce though too was like not only that being something that we're conceptualizing is that our breakout is that,
Mhm.
and then maybe that's an evolving image that could embody things that's known in Oakland.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
a lot of people don't know about the Tribune Tower, but the people
Mhm.
who are from Oakland will know
Right.
what the
Mhm.
Tribune Tower is. You know,
Absolutely.
it could be the temple that's up on the hill that I used to think was a spaceship back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean, it's like all these little landmarks.
Yeah.
You know, we can have a season of merch. But the
Mhm.
cranes right now, the cranes are staying, man.
Yeah,
Cranes stand.
and it's
I
like
got
it's hella coastal. All ports are on a type of coast, and y'all gonna be
We all
worldwide
got-
one day. So
we all
we're
got
gonna be
cranes.
port to port.
And we right there, you know, we could throw them on these in these bins and send them to Asia. You know,
Yeah.
There you go.
Right,
There
right.
it is.
It's right
2
there.
weeks. Be
There
there.
it is.
Yep.
They're not
All
having
right.
traffic jams in the Pacific anymore, are they?
I don't know.
Not that I
It
know.
doesn't
I don't
matter.
There's still some
Yeah, I don't
supply
know.
chain
It doesn't
problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
there's
It doesn't even
some
matter.
issues in supply chain, but essentially the cranes they also represent an aesthetic that we want to essentially use because shipping containers is a great green sustainable way of repurposing what
There
we
you
want
go.
to have
Yeah.
you know in some of
Nice.
our tap rooms and so it's like bringing it back.
Okay.
All right.
You
Full
got
circle.
like
That's
all the
what's up.
I'm
entendres.
gonna have to
Y'all
have a
killing it with
fucking
them.
crane in front of y'all, brick and
Yeah.
mortar.
A port crane though, just a
Right
port
there.
crane.
Mhm.
No, that'll be the thing. That'll be the slide that the kids can get up on the port crane.
Yeah.
Ah.
Have a little small version of a slide. And it's like,
I like it.
There it is. All right. Any more questions before we wrap this up? Because I know we've been on here for not 2 hours, but close to it.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah,
I just wanted to tell you guys, man. You guys love what you're doing. Love the style of beers. Love the taste of the beers that's coming from Hella Coastal. One got a chance to just chop it up with you guys. When was that Chaz? Who was with you in Barrels of Flow? Who was with you?
Mario
me.
and
Well, no, I'm saying
Mario, but I remember Chess.
Yeah. I'm about to say it was a couple of
it
y'all
might have been
out
like
there.
Lester from Hen. Yeah, we like paired
Oh,
up.
you
with
did the
Hen
partner. Yeah, you did
Yeah.
the partner. Okay,
Yeah.
but it was you too. But just
Yeah.
love everything that's coming out of Hella Coastal. Just to get back to that point, you guys have just truly. I've just been impressed with everything that y'all got going on. So I'm a big supporter, I'm a big advocate of people and the people that's doing things right. And hey, y'all brothers like we are. So keep lifting y'all up.
Definitely.
And
Thank you for having us on the show and able to chop it up with y'all and tell our story. And this was some good times, man.
Definitely.
We got to kick it in
welcome, man. You're
kick it
always
in a
welcome.
bar, and I can only imagine we could do a live vlog or podcast. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank Hella Coastal for coming on the podcast. Before we go, we always like to wrap it up and tell how people can find you, or if there's upcoming events that you want to talk about before we wrap up. So, where can people find Hella Coastal on the web, social media, out in Oakland, or the anywhere on the West Coast? I guess where can they find Hella Coastal?
So they can find us, www.hellacoastal.com, IG at Hella Coastal, TikTok. You do Hella Coastal search, you find us. But as far as the physical location, it's going to be 424 3rd Street, and a little bit past downtown Oakland. It's the Jack London Square district.
Yes, sir.
And that's where we're going to be residing until we get our actual tap room location. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what the rest of 2022 has in store for us, man. And this is an honor to meet first, meeting Dev. I think I was over manning a station when we were at Barrel and Flow, but this next time, definitely looking forward to linking up in person with all y'all again.
All of us, definitely.
And then if I got to put something on the radar, I mean, we're doing this whole each one teach one thing too.
Okay.
You gotta keep Brewing with Brothers on your radar.
Okay.
What they're doing right now, they're doing some next level shit for East Palo Alto or EPA.
Yep.
And then also Randy Ross out of Brentwood. I mean, he got some next level concepts that he's doing to get his brand out. So keep an eye out for Black Barrel Brewing. Yep.
Okay.
There will be great folks to reach out to. And, doing a look forward to seeing that podcast with them.
Okay.
Mario, that's some nice shit that you just did, man.
No, that's perfect, man.
Look at some other people doing your time. I like that.
Hey, we got to uplift our folks, man. You know what I mean? We got to,
each one teach one. Village takes a village. All that kind of all that good stuff. What is it, the boat rises? If the boat, something I forgot what the quote is, but
tide rises on
tide
boats.
rises. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Yep.
All right. Did you want to say something, Chaz, or?
I was going to just say one more social platform you can find us on is Venmo. Hella dash.
Oh yeah.
If anybody want to drop drop anything off to us, we much appreciate it.
Damn right.
In the beginning phases,
Got that
That's right.
Got that new merch is coming through. You know what I mean? We kind of re-up.
Okay.
Our shit's been kind of selling out a little bit. So
okay.
Here I go, y'all throw that out there a little bit. Our shit just been selling out like shit.
You got to get it while you can.
I don't even know what to do with it, man. It's selling out. I can get it. It's gone. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Just selling out a little bit. I'm
like nigga, Hella Coastal. All right. Yo.
Oh, you can find me on IG at IM302YOD. Hey.
All right. Yeah.
Not right.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mario got you. Yodicus. Oh, yo, Mario got you.
I'm gonna take my shit down.
Oh man. But Rob, getting back to you, you can find Dev Drinks Craft Brew on IG, and you can also email me at devdrinkscraftbrew@brewsandbanner.com. And be sure to look out for that reel that's coming up. I just so happen to get that town and city, and as you see, I'm rocking the hat. So you will see that reel. You will see that reel. I'll make something happen.
All right. Lou?
Appreciate you.
I'm on them Instagrams. My name is Lou Belgium.
All right. You can find Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can even say, Alexa, play Bruising Banter Podcast, because we are on Amazon Music. Definitely go to Facebook or Twitter and anything. Smash that like button.
Smash it,
rate and review, because that don't cost you a thing.
Smash it like you smash your girl. Say nah.
Yeah, sure. You can go to www.bruisingbanter.com. Find out all the platforms. You also can buy merch like some of the brothers is wearing. I don't have it on today. I just have a black hoodie on. But there you go. Two of the brothers got it on right there. Definitely go there. If you want to follow me, Rob G, Rob Stay Bruising. Bing, 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 bing. Right there. This has been episode 156 of Bruising Banter Podcast. Again, I want to thank Hella Coastal for coming through.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Appreciate everything y'all doing, man. Keep it up. Get that Venmo going, guys. Send that Venmo.
Yes.
Until next time.
Have a good week, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let that music drop. My big brother right there.
I go on and on.